Yo fam, Coach Sam with Strong Gents Coaching, and today we're talking everything abs, core, and low back related. So one of my old neighbors, he was actually like a father figure to me growing up. I spent most of my time at his and his wife's house. His name is Glenn, and he's currently trying to lose a lot of body fat. And his main goal is to see his six-pack for the first time since like middle school. He's trying to get a six-pack before his son gets a six-pack. Glenn texted me today and he said, Sam, what are the best exercises to, one, increase the strength and stability of my core and low back, as well as simultaneously build my six-pack abs? So we're gonna tackle that right now. Let's start with the big thing that everybody wants to know how to do, and that's how to build and get six-pack abs. First things first, you need to understand a few things about this muscle. This muscle is called your rectus abdominis. It sits underneath your belly fat. It connects the rib cage to the pelvis and vice versa. Everybody has a six-pack, just not everybody's six-pack is visible. Step number one to getting a six-pack is understanding that you need to lose enough body fat to make that six-pack visible. You need to embark on a fat loss journey if your goal is to see that six-pack ab. Glenn is currently doing this. He's having some success, and he's ready for the next step, which is building that six-pack up. So what are the best exercises to build that six-pack up? What exercises work the rectus abdominis the most? The rectus abdominis, your six-pack ab muscle, is responsible for bringing the rib cage to the pelvis and vice versa, pelvis to the rib cage. So that's the range of motion that we need to work in order to build that six-pack muscle. Movements like a leg raise, a reverse sit-up, a knee tuck, this is going to prioritize the lower abs. For the upper abs, I want you to just perform a basic crunch, focusing on keeping tension on all these, the leg raises as well, keeping tension in the ab muscles. We don't want to extend too far and relax those muscles, because then we're just throwing and using momentum, which is going to crush the low back. Now, this is an individual basis. Some of you, Glenn included, are going to respond to higher volume, less resistance, meaning mostly just using your body weight, but adding more sets and more reps in order to get a good response from those abs to grow. And other people out there, this is me, do better and respond better with lower repetitions and higher resistance. So adding some weight to those abdominal movements. I would start with just body weight for moderate repetitions and moderate sets. So between 2 and 4 sets, between 8 and 12 repetitions of just using your body weight, keeping the tension on the abs and not allowing them to relax. And we're not using momentum to throw ourselves forward. We're using the abs to contract. You should be doing this at least 3 days per week. We need enough volume and enough stimulus to promote good growth in those ab muscles, so that when you do lose the body fat, they are visible for everybody to see. Moving on to core stability and strength and low back stability and strength. The core is a complex component of the body. Most people, when you say the word core, they just think about that six-pack ab muscle I was talking about, the rectus abdominis, but that is only one muscle in a group of a lot of muscles that support the function of the core and the low back. We want to prioritize a strong core and a strong low back because honestly, it's one of the main problems we have in society right now is low back pain. And we all know that having a stronger core does help promote a stronger low back and reduce the risk of low back injuries. The number one exercise for increasing strength and stability in the core and low back is the ab rollout. You want to be performing the ab rollout on every core session that you do, and you should do it first before your abs are worn out. The ab rollout is going to teach you how to brace the core, and learning to brace the core is going to increase the strength and stability in your low back. Another core exercise that also supports the low back is a side plank. The side plank is going to be one of the key components to creating a strong low back and even obviously a strong core. But the low back is susceptible to injury when we bend side to side going to pick something up. So increasing the function and stability and strength in a position like that is going to have carryover into everyday life. Moving on to direct low back strengthening and stability exercises. Any type of deadlift variation is really going to increase the muscle tone and the strength of the low back. You do need to progress these slowly because the risk of injury increases if you progress too quickly. But a deadlift variation is fantastic for low back strength and stability. Another great exercise is the back extension. Again, progressing these slowly, just using your body weight at first, and then slowly adding weight as you go along. For the deadlifts, you could start with 2 to 4 sets between 8 and 10 reps. And same thing for back extensions, 2 to 4 sets, 8 to 10 reps. Now on the deadlifts, slowly increase the weight that you're using every other week by about 5 pounds, 2.5, 5 pounds. You don't need much. And on the back extensions, you want to use light weights. Start with 5-pound dumbbells and slowly work your way up. 2 to 4 sets, 8 to 10 reps, like I said. Another function of the core is the rotational aspect that we have. So a lot of people do injure their low back when they're going to rotate down to pick up some water bottles and they pick it up in a bad position. So what we want to do is include some movement that does prioritize that transverse movement pattern. Some type of cable or banded wood chop while keeping the core braced the entire duration that you're doing it, or some type of Russian twist. Now, a lot of people, when they're doing these movements, they just throw their body around and use momentum. Again, the goal is to keep contraction in the stomach. Keep the muscles tight. Keep them tense the entire time. A good rule of thumb is 2 to 4 sets between 8 and 12 reps on each side. So Glenn and anybody else out there who's trying to achieve a strong, stable core and low back while also building up their ab muscles so when they lose body fat, they can see it and everybody drops their jaw. This is the protocol that you need to follow. Do not forget, if you want to see your abs, you need to lose body fat. If you're someone who's interested in losing weight, building muscle, gaining control of your life and of your health, you can send us a message at stronggentscoaching@gmail.com. Send us an email and we'll get back to you right away and get you on a plan to reach all of your goals. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. People, thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.